potentially second cup of coffee time. I'm Jason.
I'm Pili.
And we have coffee. We have you. We are here to do this. Let's get going and get this started. We're talking about 5 ways to a healthy. All the hearts, we are here with second cup of coffee. My beautiful wife, myself, we are here to take some action with our day. So got up a little earlier today. Wanted to get a couple things ahead. The youngest and I took a little journey. We had to go do something because my aunt's away this week, so we had to go help out with the cause. But that's what you just fit in your day and you just go, right? But we still, with that, got in our mornings, and our mornings have become there's a non-stopper, right? So it's non-negotiable, I guess, would be our mornings. And that's a part here where this happens. Whether my morning likes it or not, this is happening. And the same thing goes for Pili. So we have figured out a way that we make it happen. And it's not so much even a choice anymore. It's just a guarantee. Now, is there points here where that guarantee, might happen, but we'll get a warranty.
It is a choice. We are choosing to choose this system, and it's a guarantee. It's a 99% guarantee that if we stay on this system, it works. Not to say the kids don't wake up a little bit earlier sometimes, so I might not get the yoga in. But if I get up, if I roll out of bed and onto my yoga mat, I can get those 2 workouts done before 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Well, ultimately here, it's the story of this is the guarantee we're setting ourselves. And when something gets sidelined, that's why we buy the warranty on ourselves, right? Because then we're supplying ourselves knowing that we're going to get right back to it. We're going to bring it back the next day. We're not just going to give it up. So, all right, we're going to move into the next stage here, which is 5 healthy ways to really just improve your lifestyle. 5
healthy ways to improve your lifestyle. So, should I do number 1?
Sure.
Okay. Number 1, make the decision. The easiest way to make a decision is to follow a system. Make the decision and follow the system. Once you have that system in place, all you have to do is decide to follow that system. So find a healthy system that works for you.
And Ori, I wish I could speak Spanish to do this, but I know enough to read it, but I can't give you a great conversation. So we will be pretty limited on that fact, but I appreciate you asking. Number 2 is don't label yourself. Right. So we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but get rid of the labels. Today is your day to change your story. And that can start with you just saying, this is what I am going to be. Here is me now. That's fine. But I'm not any longer going to be that person that I'm telling myself I was in the past. Because if you're happy with that person, that's fine. But if you don't want to be that person, then no longer are you lazy. No longer are you unmotivated. No longer are you out of shape. No longer are you too busy. No longer are you fill in the blank. You are the person that you say you are today. Move the narrative forward.
Create affirmations that are incantations. So incantation is an affirmation that you bring into your body, that you bring into your soul, that you tell yourself, I am no longer this person. I am no longer the person that doesn't call people back. I'm no longer a bad salesperson. I am no longer this other person. I will call her Mary. My former life, her name was Mary. I am no longer this person because I am the person that I want to be. I want to be this. I want to be that. So I am. Use I am statements. It's not I want anymore. It's I am. I am this person. I am, I am, I am.
So you can actually not let Mary in your house anymore. So you can give Mary a name here.
Bye-bye,
your
Mary.
Fears, your regrets, your past, that could be Mary. And now every time it comes up, now that has a name. So your fear has a name. It's Mary, and Mary's no longer welcome. You can go that far and put that into yourself. You might want to, maybe shy away from doing it in public. But the same thing, if it works for you, it works for you. It doesn't matter what anybody else is thinking.
It works for Tony Robbins.
So number 4 is start small. We all always are looking to shoot the moon, but it's start small. Take that first step, because we can think about this big overarching goal, but never get started. So start small. Start small. Have a plan in place, right? You wouldn't, learn to speak if you didn't take that first part to make the sound, right? You wouldn't learn to walk if you didn't take that first movement. So the part here about growing into what you want to become, take the small steps. Don't overly shoot yourself in the foot before you ever get started.
Are we on number 5?
We are.
We're on number 5. Okay. So we did the first 4. So number 5 is give yourself grace. Let yourself fail. Let yourself fail, but then get up. Give yourself, and Hal Elrod says this, give yourself that 5 minutes, kick, scream, yell into a pillow, try and stay away from people while you're doing this. Give yourself that moment of like despair and pain and suffering. But suffering is a choice, folks. So yes, I said to give yourself grace, give yourself that moment of suffering, give yourself that moment of pain that you failed. But then failure is not a failure if you learn from it. So step up from that failure, take a hold of those incantations, those affirmations, those goals, and tomorrow is another day. Today is a day you can start. Today is a day you can start again, right now. Take that 5 minutes and start again right now.
So 5 ways to the healthy lifestyle. We didn't talk anything about exercising. We didn't talk anything about eating right. But if our minds aren't in the right place, then it doesn't matter what follows from there. We have to put ourselves in the right perspective first, and all the good decisions will lead from there. So let's play a game. I got a good game. So I was coming up with some questions yesterday that I heard and some others that I'm going to steal on other points. But we're going to play a I got 2 questions, which I think are good, and I want to ask them on some people going forward. But I'm going to ask them on you. All right, so you can almost probably fill in the blank. Let me just make sure I can remember what these questions are. And the first one, if there was one law in the world that everyone should live by, what would that law be?
Be kind.
Be kind. How do we put that into effect?
What do you mean?
Maybe a random act of kindness should be guaranteed every day.
Yes, because that's what we're doing for 75 Hard. We had to. It's not that we are not kind on a regular basis. We had to be kind. Do a random act of kindness every day. A great way to start is to just have a bag with you all the time and pick up trash. That makes me feel really, really good. This past Sunday, I did that. It was actually a global thing with another group. And I just brought my bag and I went, when I did my run, I picked up a huge bag of trash and threw it away. Boom. Random act of kindness.
Next uncorrelated question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Sure. Do you need any stretching, any warm up here? Okay. What's one thing that you thought you needed or wanted that you now decide you no longer need?
One thing that I thought I needed or wanted.
And I guess it could be an object, a passion, a goal.
I decided I didn't need. What did I thought I needed? I don't know. That's hard.
First thing that comes to mind.
First thing that comes to mind. Permission? Does that make sense? I'm always seeking
I know where you're going, but maybe explain.
I'm always seeking permission. Like, for instance, we like to talk about how Andy McFarlane gave us permission to succeed, and all of a sudden we started succeeding because he's that like just he's charismatic, and he's just like, I give you permission. And he knew that I don't know if you needed it, but I needed permission to succeed because I had a fear of success, and I don't need that anymore. So I don't need anyone's permission to do my hair, to wear makeup, to not wear makeup, to succeed in real estate, to succeed as a mother, to just, yeah, I don't need permission. Oh, my good friend Chaz is actually on your Instagram.
No.
Hi, Chaz. He says fame. He realizes that he does not need fame. It's true. He's an amazing artist. So yeah, I don't need permission.
I love that. Another one. You ready?
Okay.
Third one here. So I'm just kind of pulling these out of a hat here. The internet has brought forward a lack of time to be bored. What will the lack of boredom do to the future?
The lack of boredom. There's I don't know if it's a meme or a rule that parents should actually let their children be bored. And Luke sometimes says that. Mommy, I'm bored. And I was just like, so should I go throw all your toys away? And he's like, no. I was like, well, go play with them. Or just think of something, read. I don't think I've ever really been bored, but I guess the internet fills that space that we would have just kind of used to be more creative, think of new things. So, I mean, what was the question? I think
question is lack of boredom will hurt the future in what way?
Maybe a little less creativity.
Right. That's where I was thinking too. Right. So you find your creativity when you have to find something to do. Right. So if I just had a rock and dirt, you know, and that's when I was outside, we'd figure something out. Right. And so many things are quickly answered with the internet. With
the internet, with all these toys, with.
What do you think is something that our kids today will just say, do you remember when I had to do that? Just like when we had to like go to like the neighbors to use the rotary phone to try and get into our house, or, you know, we didn't have internet. What do you think our kids today, they'll look back at and say, could you remember when we had to X?
Do you remember when we had to wear masks?
That's there.
Well, no, like,
but something they do in their daily activities
that was a little mask snarky. Something that they do in their daily activities. I think our cell phones are continuously changing. And it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with. I think what's going to happen is that, I think it was Aeon Flux, that movie Aeon Flux. It used to be a MTV cartoon, Zorro. If you're watching, and Chaz, if you're still watching, I know you know who I'm talking about. I think what's going to happen is that we're just going to have the screens in our hands, and it's just going to be like this hologram in our hands. Like we're going to wear like these interesting rings that'll just like turn into holograms, and you know, our kids are going to be like, remember when they had those like clunky big old iPhones? Hands. It's going to be in our hands, or like it's going to be our watch, but the watch is going to like expand into this hologram.
What's one thing out there that we don't have an answer for that you wish we had an answer for?
I have a couple.
Give me one.
Like
First one.
What does heaven really look like?
Okay.
But I know what heaven looks like to me. It might look different to you. So that's not something that hasn't answered. And I'd like to think that there's other people or other beings out there in the universe.
Yeah, I was thinking that one.
Yeah.
You were heaven, I was Bigfoot. So I think we're
that's us.
We're on our own point, right? Yes, I am Bigfoot. Yes, and everything else. That was good. No, that was good. Let's not take it and complicate it too much past that. So, okay, that was a little question and answer with Jason and Pili. So we did that here. So, and yes.
So tomorrow,
Jardioso, hello from España. Thank you so much for joining in.
I'll be asking Jason some questions.
Okay. Well, now she has to prepare, where I caught her completely off guard, but now I will be prepared. Unfortunately, because that's not my strong suit, is to prepare in that way.
You won't prepare.
I won't prepare. So, guys, that's what we got today. I hope you gave a little different twist to it.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. So, got my run in today. Quick 45 minutes out and in. And then awesome.
I did yoga this morning, 30 minutes, and then I went for a quick jog.
Mr. Villegas liked our questions. Hey, Michael. Good.
Michael.
Good. We'll keep throwing those in there. Those were just some things that are popping on my head. We have Evan Carmichael coming on the show in a couple weeks. That's going to be fun. If you don't know Evan Carmichael, just go on YouTube. There's this thing called YouTube. A couple people use it.
I don't even know why we explain.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. So I was just thinking that sometimes you
what? My answer to all of your questions just has been YouTube. YouTube.
Fair.
YouTube.
Yeah. What comes after YouTube?
What comes after YouTube?
Yeah.
Is there anything after YouTube?
I don't know. They thought that about MySpace, right? They thought that about the VCR. They thought that about
what comes
everything,
after YouTube,
right? The horse and buggy.
Ooh. Maybe, YouTube's gonna have to figure out how to fit on the hand screen. So I did a run, and then I did some simple body weight exercises, 30 push-ups, 30 squats, and 30 sit-ups at 4 times. So I did I think it ended up being 3 rounds of that. It's a very, very good workout.
Good. I did a crushed kettlebell workout. It's been good. I've been mixing it between the 35 and the 53 and just banging out 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 45 minutes. You're out, you're in, you're there, you're done, and on to the next. So 100-mile race is shaping up. What do we got? We got 30 days? We got something, right? We're about a month out, so we'll be ready for that. And we are Going to see you tomorrow.
Aloha. Yay. Do.
If I can hit the right button. Spanish.
Oh, awesome.
As mentioned.
Yes.
Thank